What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly analysis. So we are going to dive right in and begin analysis with Euro USD. So on Euro USD, as we analyzed last week, we were looking for price to drop from this zone, and as you can see, I think last week price closed around here, and so the whole of last week, the whole of from Monday to Wednesday, we saw a drop to this low over here, then we reverse again to the upside. And if you remember very well last week, I said that for us to confirm Euro USD going fully bearish, I would like us to have this change of character right here for price to close below right here. As you can see, price came down to this low, but didn't close with a body. It swept with a wick, came back up and swept this high also with a wick. So we are still watching Euro USD what it wants to do from here. If we want to drop from this zone to the downside, or it wants to disrespect this zone and continue to the upside. Because currently both sides, it seems both sides are holding. As you can see, the low has been swept and the high has also been swept. So we are going to wait and see if from here price will reverse, take out this low and confirm the change of character to the downside, or it will continue to the upside. So that's pretty much everything on Euro USD. Nothing much happening. I think I took a loss on this pair last week trying to sell, but I got in. I think I got in somewhere and market moved a little bit in my favor and reversed on me and took me out for a loss. So that was it on UASD, and it's pretty much everything is happening in this box right here. Kind of wants to consolidate or something, but I'm going to wait for a breakout on either side to see where we can go. So we are going to move on to the next pair, which is GBPUSD. So on GBPUSD, let's check the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see what's happening here. I think this is this high has been tapped into as well. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, on EU also we're anticipating price would fall from this order block, and as you can see, priced retraced a little, made a little downward move from that zone and reverse. And as for USD, you can see that this low has not been taken. We're saying that we are looking at this low to be taken for price to confirm that it truly wants to go bearish, but price did not even reach this low, and it also came back, and I think it has swept this high. It has also swept this high. So it's very similar situation on Euro USD and GBP USD. So I'm watching if price would want to retrace into this zone. If price would want to retrace into this zone right here and then continue going upward, or price wants to come down, take out this low and fulfill the bearish move, I'll still be watching what will be happening on GBP USD next week. So like nothing really has changed, nothing much has changed on GBP USD. Just these few things that I'm anticipating. So for now, let me delete the zone since price has swept the zone. So I'm going to be deleting the zone and watching if price would want to do something like this. Let me mark it out. If price would want to do something like this, let me fix the arrow. If price wants to do something like this, so currently I think this might be the most likely situation, since there is still bearish, unless maybe price wants to use this sweep and reverse to the downside. So remember all this point of interest we had, price has failed to come to all of these. So this is the nearest point of interest. I'm thinking price can do something like this to the upside on USD. We will dare to watch and capitalize. See if we get any move, any sensible move from here. And if this zone is disrespected, also we can. If this zone is disrespected, we can look for the opportunities. Can look for opportunities, confirmation entries to sell to the downside as well. So that's what I'm looking at on GBPUSD. We will be watching or price will do next week. So yeah, that's it for GBPUSD. Let's go to our next pair, which is US30. So on US30 as well, last week we saw this massive buys in price, and I think price closed somewhere, here, and I was saying that um traders could look for an opportunity to somewhere these zones and um sell the reversal, but I'm not looking at doing that since there's no solid bearish information in this move. But as you can see, this was the range we marked out, and as you can see, price gave some kind of bearish moves. Currently, you can see that price reacted from this zone right here. You can see this zone right here, price reacting from it, and on its way to break structure to the downside. And go to the 1 hour time frame. I think it's clear over there. So you can see price came, reacted from this fair value gap right here, and broke this internal structure here, and broke this low, retraced into this point of interest, and can see what's happening. Can see the price is still on the move to go to the downside. So that's it on UUSD. You can see that is breaking lows to the downside. So um hopefully to break more lows to the downside and find any point of interest within these levels before we get the move back to the upside. So if you want to join into this selling move that's happening right here, currently now you can see that price is reacting from here. This is the price is reacting from on this current move on its way to break this low, on its way to break this low. So this is where price is reacting from. And if we go to the 50 minutes time frame, let me delete this low that I marked out. So on the 50 minutes time frame, price reacted from here. You can see the break of structure and traced, price retraced, reacted from this zone, reacted from this zone. So currently you can see after this low was breaking as well, price retraced and got into this zone. So you can see the pattern quite you can see the pattern that price is creating, reacting from zone upon zone upon zone. So this is the overall low that will be targeting. So if you go lower, I don't know if there will be more opportunities. Currently, we haven't broken any low. So I don't know if maybe any of these lows can be broken and price should trade into any point of interest and continue the selling down. So that's it for US30. That's it for US30. Currently, only lower time frame opportunities are available. So this is the nearest low. This is the nearest low that price can take out. So if price can take out this nearest low and it doesn't get here immediately, maybe it takes out this nearest low, then reverses into a point of interest here before coming down. So US30, this is it. This is the outlook on US30, and this is what I'm looking at. This is what I've seen. So yeah, you'll be keeping an eye to monitor other opportunities that we will catch in the market. So let's move to our next pair, which I believe what's our next pair? Let me show you the time frame. Move to our next pair. So our next pair, which is good. So on good, let's go to the daily time frame. So in a daily time frame, you can see that this zone that we marked out on gold price has what tapped into this zone and reacted from this zone. And you can see this is a point of interest that I was monitoring, that if price can get here and keep buying, but price hasn't gotten here yet. But we are in this zone. So on a 4 hour time frame, you can see gold tapped into this zone. It first tapped into this zone. You see why mostly confirmations are necessary and needed to trade this market, and why mostly when we are going to when we mark out a point of interest, I draw something like this. I always draw something like this. Then we come into the point of interest, then we sell. You see, I always draw something like this, indicating a sweep in this point of interest. So there are two things that we can watch whenever price gets into any point of interest. It's either price will mitigate it first, come down a little to trick traders that is ready to move, and it will come back to sweep this high, then break, cause a change of character before it mitigates and sells. The reason it does this is that most traders, when price does this move and trades them that it wants to move, the moment they see this move, they draw their other block like this, and they take their sell position with stops above the other block, and they take profit wherever they want to put it. So the issue with this is that when price comes back to sweep them out, it will stop them out before moving into their direction. This is what a lot of traders will call maybe what engineer liquidity or something. So when you wait for price to sweep the high, then it gives a proper change of character. Then now you can get your entry from here. Is either price does this or price will also do, you can tap in, you can do something like this, tap in and move just like every trader expects, and when he moves, every trader expects it was to come into the other block, then continue selling downwards. So price can also do this as well, just like most traders wanted to do here, and price sweep them out. But the difference is that we want to see this move right here that triggered the change of character to be an impulsive move. We want this move to be a strong move that will break this low. If this move is a strong move, then maybe we can confirm that price has indeed gotten a momentum it wants to drop or to buy from the particular point of interest we are at. So in that scenario, this can work. So you can see that when gold got into this point of interest, just like the first round, traders will be willing to sell here their stops above this high right here. But you can see price swept them, came back to sweep them before selling. So this is what we have on gold for now. And as you can see, price has broken this immediate low right here. This immediate low has been broken for now. So we'll be looking for what entry opportunities. We have this retracement here. And now this is the low we marked out that we'll be waiting for price to break this fully to embark on a fully bearish move. But this low has currently been swept. So we are watching to see what price would do. If let's say we go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see. Okay, so this was a move I was monitoring on good. That I didn't set a limit. I didn't take this trade actually, but price mitigated and moved in my direction just like I was expecting, but I didn't take it. So let me delete it from there. So good. Currently we can see price in this point of interest on a 1 hour time frame. You can see price in this point of interest on the 1 hour time frame. So currently what we can do is wait for confirmations on the lower time frame. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame and see if we have any go. So on the 15 minutes time frame, we have this internal break. So maybe something like this. Let's see if we can have a clear point of interest on the 5 minutes. So you can see there are not much of imbalances over here, but so as you can see, this low has been taken. Okay, it hasn't been taken yet. this low to confirm the change of character hasn't been taken yet on gold. But we have this internal break here. So let's see what happens. Ideally, I would love to see if this load gets taken before maybe we trace into any point of interest here and we sell like this. I would love something like this. My price can still reverse from here to whatever point of interest it will react from to sell. But currently, I don't know. It's like every point of interest is being filled, and we have this extreme zone here. We have this extreme zone here that price can come for. We have this, can use all these highs as liquidity, come for this extreme zone and sell. So I'm watching good on this level. I'm watching good on this level. Price can come here. So it's not far fetched. Price can come here. So we are going to keep watching what price will do. We are going to keep watching what price will do. So this is what um I would love to see on gold. This is what I would love to see on gold. So the next pair, which is silver. So gold and silver actually have similar ways of movement. So silver also swept just like on gold and also took out this internal low. And this low that I wanted to watch to see if price will break this and confirm a fully bearish intent also got swept just like on gold. This point of interest is also remains unmitigated, so it could serve as future target in case we find short entries could serve as future target. So silver also, as you trade on the 1 hour time, on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that silver has retraced into, let's refine this and see if we can find a proper zone that silver. So you can see that silver has swept this high, but uh, can't really find. So can you see silver came into this point of interest? So silver has set all these highs and it's also dropping just like on gold. It's also dropping just like on gold. So what we can actually look at is also just like gold. If this low gets taken, it will be really nice if this low gets taken, and then we get a retracement into a point of interest like this one, a point of interest like this one. Then we look for short positions to the downside on silver. It would be really nice to get something like this on silver. So let me see if we can refine this. Okay, so really nice to get something like this on silver. Just like we know, we are always looking for 1:5. So it'll be really nice to get a setup like this on silver. So we'll keep watching to see what price will do if we can have something like this and continue our sales. So this is it for silver also. Then on NAS100, I believe NAS is our last pair. So let's go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so this was the trend line I marked during the week. So NAS also, just like on US30, has taken these highs, and we can see a reversal. This is the range you might. Let me delete this. So currently on NAS on the 4 hour time frame, if we check, let's check the daily to see if we can have some information. Okay, so this is what is happening on a daily. So on the 4 hour time frame, I would expect price to come into, let's say, somewhere here. Then I wait for the reaction. I wait for the reaction, whatever reaction that price gives. I wait for the reaction to continue the price to the upside. So this will be our overall target. In case the buys hold, it will be our overall target to buy to take out this high. So pretty straightforward on us. And for the those who would love to catch maybe some retracements, there is no solid bullish structure. I'm sorry, there's no solid bearish structure yet. I know people would be waiting for this uh, point of interest, but I would only consider this point of interest for sales. If price mitigates and succeeds in selling, then maybe I can find an retracement to this point of interest also. So that's it for NAS100. Nothing much as well. We didn't really have anything much on NAS100 during the last week. So I think this is our last pay, and this would be the end of our weekly analysis. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment how your trading week was down below in the comment section. And also don't forget to follow my X account, which is at 7pips7. The handle is down below, so you not miss any updates from me during the week. I'll find you in the next one, which is on Tuesday. I'll be bringing an update on Tuesday. So no, sorry, Wednesday. I'll be bringing an update on Wednesday. So I'll see you in a Wednesday video. Bye.